This is my review of last night's MNBRT radio, which was a terrific show, great show. The one and only John Green was the guest. And of course he addressed the reasonings behind his interest in the Sasquatch and how he got interested in it. That being that he was told about it by Renee DeHenden and kind of laughed it off and told Renee, "Don't waste your time." But then eventually, when he went down to Northern California after seeing the photograph of Jerry Crew on the front page of the paper, holding the footprint cast, he went down to Northern California, and that's where he saw his first footprints. And his wife was with him, and his wife has been in constant support of him, for all these years. Of course, he was asked various questions about his, the beginnings of his research, and the fact that he's been at it for over 50 years, and he's seeking an answer to it. There were several questions that were asked to him from the chat room, such as there was a question asked to him about the Munns report, and he and Bill Munns have kind of debated on the dimensions of the Patterson-Gimlin film creature and things of that nature. The best quote of the night, he referring to him discussing the Munns report. "I don't give a damn." Oh, that was funny. That was pretty funny when he said that. He took questions about he was actually asked by several folks about the Erickson project. He says he has no direct involvement in that, other than he's part of the documentary. And of course, those of you who've seen the trailer, he's part of the documentary, but other than that, he's not really involved, so to speak, with it. He's seen some of the footage, but not all of it, that Adrian Erickson has promised for the Erickson project, the Sasquatch the Quest documentary. And he was asked about what he thought of the current crop of researchers that is out there. He was asked about various aspects of the Sasquatch research. There were only a couple of callers. I was one of them, but Sharon Lee was also the other. Sharon Lee asked him first about the Erickson project, and that's when he answered that question. And then I called in and I asked John about when was the first time he heard about the dermal ridging on the one footprint, the footprints that he cast. Well, the one footprint, that being the Onion Mountain cast. And he said that he doesn't even have the original cast anymore. He doesn't really remember exactly when or where he heard, or who he heard about it, referring to who was the first he heard discuss the dermal ridge evidence on that cast. And then my second question was, I asked him if he thought that the efforts of Dr. Melba Ketchum, referring to the DNA that's being examined, if he thinks that could possibly make science sit up and take notice, that they may finally sit up and take notice, if indeed this comes out to be something, the DNA. He said, well, if it turns out, if the DNA can prove the Sasquatch's existence, and absolutely just overwhelmingly say, yes, this is from Sasquatch, we've got the proof right here, he said, then that would be a good step forward. He said that that's going to be a major thing. And he and I asked him, was it in how it was done in conjunction with Adrian Erickson's production, because Adrian Erickson is actually waiting until the DNA results are announced on the DNA before he releases the documentary, or his documentary. So that basically was it. It was it in a nutshell. I mean, all in all, it was a terrific show. Of course, it's always 5 stars with John Green. It's 5 stars, Abe. Welcome back. Abe and Evie were back last night. It was great. It was a great show. Terrific show. I really had a blast listening to it, and I was fortunate enough to be able to call into the show. And I mean, it's always an honor and a pleasure to talk to John Green. Abe's supposed to have a show probably next week. I haven't seen anything planned as of yet. I'm hoping that he'll have a show next week. Let me check it. I do know that on March 21st he's going to have Tom Control on, the author of Ghosts of Ruby Ridge, who's also coming up with another new book this summer called They Call Me Sasquatch. He's coming out with a new book this summer. Yeah, he yeah, apparently yeah, it's supposed to be March 21st. That's the date. So he may be taking a week off. I'm not really sure. Anyway, it'll be March 21st, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. www.blogtalkradio.com/MNBRT. Of course, as always, we do encourage you to please tune in and support great research. Now, as far as night callers, I didn't see a show scheduled for this upcoming week. I'm referring to this upcoming Sunday, maybe because of the outing that they may be going on. They have a show scheduled on March 20th, but they don't have a show scheduled for next week. But March 20th, they're supposed to have Christopher Knoll on from Impossible Visits. That'll be 7 Eastern, 6 Central, www.blogtalkradio.com/nightcallers. And I know I haven't listened to Bigfoot Tonight lately, and I apologize for that, Stacy and Chuck. Let's see what they've got going on for next week. Oh, they're going to have Bobby Short, Diane Stocking, and Cliff Olson. Oh, that could be interesting. That could prove to be most interesting, considering, well, there's been some recent fireworks, as it were. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, because we know Bobby Short is in with the, well, certain theories, I'll just say that much, referring to certain films. That'll be 9 Eastern, 8 Central this upcoming Sunday, www.blogtalkradio.com/Bigfoot Tonight Show. That could prove to be most interesting, considering, I mean, Cliff is a great guest. Now, he and Joe Billart were on Bigfoot Quest not too long ago. And that was a terrific show, by the way. It's always great to hear from Joe and Cliff. It really is. Anyway, that's upcoming next Sunday, which could prove to be quite interesting, I'll tell you that. Now, there's something I want to kind of address real quickly before the time runs out on the video. And some of you may be wondering, well, hey, where's your latest video about not celebrating, but observing the anniversary of the Bob Hieronymus claims, which was 2004. It was March 1st, 2004, when Hieronymus appeared on Jeff Rent's show, along with Cal Korff, Greg Long, and Philip Morris wasn't on that one, I'm sorry. It was Cal Korff, Greg Long, and Robert Kiviat, and also Michaela Kochish. Well, a lot of people, I've been doing editorials about it, either online or on video ever since 2005. Kind of observing the anniversaries. I'm not going to do that anymore because really the Hieronymus claims have not gone anywhere. So there's really no point in observing the anniversary of the claims because the claims have gone nowhere. And Hieronymus has been thoroughly discredited more than once. So there's really no need to continue to do editorials every single year about whether Hieronymus was the guy in the suit or not. I don't think he was. I mean, I think the man is. I'm just going to say it. The man's a liar. I'm just going to say it right now. He lied. Bob Hieronymus is a liar. I don't believe him. I don't believe he was the guy in the suit. If there was a guy in the suit, which I don't think there was. I personally think the film is genuine. It shows an actual Sasquatch. It does not show a guy in a suit. And I don't feel like it serves a purpose to continue to observe an anniversary of something that should be pretty much forgotten, really. That being these outrageous claims by Hieronymus. Oh yeah, I was the guy in the suit. Well, if you're the guy in the suit, produce the suit, or produce documents that show you were in the suit, or shut the heck up. Period. Anyway, I've just decided I'm not going to observe that anymore because there's no point. Hieronymus is steadfast in believing, yeah, he was the guy in the suit. Most of us in the Bigfoot community don't think he was in the suit. We think he's full of it. I still think he's full of it. I still think the Patterson-Gimlin film is genuine. And that's all there is to it. Anyway, I guess that's it for now, but tune in later, and I should have my... I don't know if I'm going to watch that second Beast Hunter episode this week or not. I haven't decided. The Nightmare of the Amazon. If I do, I will post the review. But for now, I'm going to sign off, and we'll talk to you guys later. Take care.